Good morning, Wairarapa, towns and countryside. Aren't we lucky to be here? I'm Rob Maunsell. I'm hosting the show, and today we've got Michael.
Hello.
Who's here to hand over the reins.
Yeah, so very happy.
And have a chat with you as usual.
Yeah.
And we have Pip from Purple Dahlia.
Hi, welcome.
Who's our flower lady for the day. We don't always have the good fortune of having a flower lady on the show, do we?
Is it Dahlia or Dahlia, do you think?
Oh, it really depends where you come from. So I would call it Dahlia, but I know that a lot of people do say Dahlia.
Yeah.
So just depends where you're from.
I see. And it's the name of a flower.
It is the name of the flower.
It's not your name, is it?
No, it's not. So purple is my favourite colour, and dahlias are the flower that my granddad used to grow. So it's a bit of a sentimental name, really.
I see. So we'll come to you in a short while, and you can enjoy us chatting a little bit about the purpose of the show. Now, just for all you listeners, there's a slight change at the top. That is the name of the show, which has been known as RAM. That was a term coined, of course, in computer language way back, and Michael grabbed hold of it and called his show RAM after random access memory.
Because that's the way my brain increasingly is working.
It's increasingly, well, as long as it's increasing to work, Michael. Anyway, we're going to go with a new title, which has the letters MMP, and that's not a political statement. It stands for Move, Mingle and Play. And that's what the show's about. It's about telling you things that help you move a bit more, help you mingle, possibly in some new environments, and meet some new people. And it's really all about playing, finding opportunities to play and have fun, possibly to learn, and possibly behind it all is a bit of shopping. But shopping didn't come into the title. I thought that would be, we just take shopping for granted.
Should we boot on with some shopping right away?
Please, I'm sure.
Everybody knows about the farmers' markets. Sometimes I will dwell on it. Other times I'll say, they're there, go. That's what I'm saying this week. I want to point out that this isn't selling. Aratoi, their exhibitions at the moment, they've got Paint August Yellow, which is... because yellow apparently symbolises raising awareness, and it's an actual series of events, and I'm trying to think of a word better than thing, but I'm going to go with thing right now. A thing whereby funds are raised, because 1 in 3 New Zealanders will receive a cancer diagnosis during that. We talked about that the other day. And
we did,
saying,
cancer. It's ubiquitous. But it's not the scary monster that it used to be, because there's heaps of treatments, lots of information, and in fact a lot of cancers now are observed. We don't rush in and treat.
Yeah.
We get to know the cancer better, help the person understand it, help them make some changes to their lifestyle, which can help the immune system work better, and people can live with cancer.
Yeah.
The more serious ones are scary, really scary territory.
And we're using this opportunity to get to know Rob better, because it seems that the camera switching, at least at the moment, isn't working.
It's not working.
It doesn't matter how much we talk, it's on your face, mate.
Yeah, and I can't do anything about that.
Anyway, so
I just keep smiling, Michael.
Exhibition at Aratoi Paint August Yellow. There are finalists of the Cancer Society School Art Competition will be displayed there too. Yeah. Matariki's going on, of course, their exhibition. Toi Raranga, the art of weaving.
Yes.
And I've spoken a lot about them in previous weeks, so I'll just move on.
Yeah.
Booting through, because I just know it's going to be more interesting talking with Pip. So, hey, the Italian Film Festival is happening at the Screening Room. So, this being Thursday, at 3:30, they've got All You Need Is Crime, Non Ci Resta Che Il Crimine. At 5:30 Thursday. I say Thursday rather than tonight because the program is repeated, Rob.
Yes, of course.
And people will get confused.
And by the time they see the repeat, the Thursday will have gone.
Yeah. So at 5:30, and we're going tonight. Don't stop me now. Ma cosa ci dice il cervello?
So that's in Italian with subtitles?
Yeah. I like
the
it.
real thing.
I hate
good.
dubbing.
Yeah, I agree.
So we're going to see that to kind of pass a little bit of time before watching the Phoenix play Newcastle Jets later on the telly of our friend's place. We don't have the necessary subscription to watch them, so we're dependent on them. And on Friday, tomorrow's a new day. Domani è un altro giorno. Now,
Your Italian's quite good, Michael.
I took it 1 year at university. It actually, you see, it says tomorrow's a new day, which sounds positive, right?
Yeah.
But in Italian, it's tomorrow's another day, which sounds a bit domani è un altro giorno.
Just another day.
Yeah.
Where's the coffee?
All right. And then just a couple of other movies that in that festival. There's one called The Great Beauty, Legend of the Christmas Witch, The Champion, Amazing Leonardo. I wonder who that'll be about. The Invisible Witness. Raffaello, Lord of the Arts. And I'm back now.
Yeah.
When I saw that title, I thought, oh, that's a bit like that German film I saw a few years back called Guess Who's Back. It's a really funny film. And I know a lot of people think, German, funny, really? But it was.
Yes.
And it was about Hitler waking up in the 21st century. He just wakes up in somebody's back garden and goes, well, and for the Germans to tackle that in a humorous way.
Yes.
And it was really, really good.
Yeah.
Well, now the Italians have done I'm Back. After 8 years since his death, Benito Mussolini reappears in Piazza Vittorio.
That'll be fun.
I reckon.
Yeah. If it's a spoof, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very good. So people can look at these titles online. The screening room, there's a website, isn't there?
Yeah.
Look it up.
Yep.
If they can't remember what you said.
Which mostly they won't.
Yeah.
Yeah. All of these things are available thanks to the internet.
Yes, good.
I don't know, what are we doing here?
Well, exactly. Well, we're actually helping people to move, to mingle and to play.
You almost forgot your title, didn't you?
No, I trust my memory. I do trust it. It just takes a little while.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Pip, shall we hear from you?
Hi, thanks for having me.
It's very nice to have you here. So you run a flower shop, or is it a flower service?
I'm a florist, but we are based from home. So we are part of a kind of collective that's called the New Zealand Flower Collective, which is basically a big group of people like myself who have a small bit of land, maybe it's their back garden or a section or a little bit bigger, and decide to grow a whole load of flowers. In our case, we're growing and also arranging and delivering, doing workshops, so a whole package really. And yeah, that's us. We moved from the UK at the end of September. So my husband is from New Zealand, I'm from the UK. We've been doing some growing over there, and I'd been working as a florist, mostly really as a bit of a change of lifestyle. Kind of moved out of a very stressful teaching job, wanted something a little bit different, always done a bit of floristry on the side, and we thought we'd give it a go as growers and florist. And then in the move here, my husband's been able to kind of step away from a slightly stressful job as well. So we're looking at kind of a bit of a better lifestyle, well-being, but also with it's got a real passion behind it. So Mike is the grower. He is the one who's passionate about growing anything from a seed. He is very attentive. We have sometimes dahlias and seedlings all over the house. When the weather is very cold outside, I do worry sometimes I'm going to come in and find no space for myself, but there we go. And then I'm the person that loves to go outside, gather up a whole load of flowers in my arms and create something fun.
So why did you choose the Wairarapa to take this project on?
Yeah, good question. So we moved over as well, partly because my mother-in-law was very poorly. So you mentioned about cancer before. We sadly lost her March this year. So we kind of came over for family as well. and we wanted to be near Wellington.
So your husband grew up here?
He did, yes. He grew up. Well, he grew
that's
up
a good
in.
reason for coming,
Yeah. He grew up in Tarwer, which is just over the hill.
Yeah.
And we love the Wairarapa. We love the climate. It seemed like a fantastic community coming here to Masterton. We've got a little girl who's 7 months old, and family seems like a really important thing here. So we thought that'd be a great place to put down some roots.
Yeah. And how has it been? How have you found it?
Yeah, we love it.
Yeah.
We are loving growing. The climate is brilliant. We've made some good friends, sort of getting to know the area. It was slightly strange times, obviously moving just before the first lockdown. We did manage to get a sofa just before lockdown, so that was all good. But we're really enjoying it. We are part of the farmers market, so that's been fun, getting to know people. And we're just trying to form some collaborations really with local businesses, kind of each business support another business. And
so I went to the farmers market this last Saturday. I didn't see you there.
Good question, yeah. So we are kind of taking the winter months to focus on the planting and the setting out of the garden. We did go for a little while and have some dried flowers, but really we focus predominantly on fresh flowers. We're seasonal, so we don't do any imports, so we will be back in the spring.
Yep.
So come September we will be back there.
Great. I really think that people being seasonal in every regard is something, hopefully, that the COVID lockdown has forced us to consider. I'm trying to do that with my eating. No more tomatoes in the middle of
Really?
winter.
Can't you grow tomatoes in your greenhouse?
Yeah, my greenhouse. Listen, I built a fence a while ago and now I'm resting. We also don't have enough room for that. Yeah. So I know that you got some workshops.
Yes.
But it's a way away just yet. We're looking at October.
Yeah, October. So we are kind of in the growing season at the moment. We wanted to get a few workshops out there. So we are working with Coco in the park, the cafe. And the real kind of aim behind the workshops is well-being. The idea of kind of reconnecting community, meeting new friends, trying a new skill. Just because we saw kind of people being a bit isolated after the first lockdown, and we kind of thought actually it'd be lovely to do something a bit different. Flowers are really therapeutic, and it's a great way to start a conversation and have a bit of a chat with somebody who you might not know lives down the road and you didn't know them before.
I have to say, I don't want to put a spanner in the works, but sometimes they're anti-therapeutic for me because I have shocking allergies.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yep.
So we do, we are running a dried flower wreath one. That also helps people who have allergies with fresh flowers.
To be fair, it's mostly pollens from big trees and things, really, and grasses.
You can't blame flowers, Michael.
No,
it's the flowers on the trees.
But what it means is when people say, "Oh, that scent is," and I go, "What scent?"
Yeah. Oh,
I know nothing.
Is it that bad?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I love the idea that all right. So there you are with your skills in floristry. I've never heard that word before. It's great. Right? But you're looking at extending that beyond that focus to, as you say, therapeutical things for encouraging people to do things seasonally, to develop skills and things, which is why I think you'd be an excellent program maker, and we'll be twisting your arms soon.
You are.
Did you study flowers in any way, or is it more
yes.
being a gardener and making a relationship with the plants?
That's more my husband. He's definitely more into the, he'll grow anything. He's not really so interested in the end product. He's more interested in the process.
Right.
But I'm really interested in the end product. So we're kind of teaching each other as we go along. I studied floristry at a farming college in the UK. I was a teacher. So I did languages, but I've kind of stepped away from that. But that's the other reason for doing the workshops, because I do enjoy teaching, but it's just a different way this way. I feel like it's encouraging and, building people up. And
Do you work with children too?
Yes,
Yeah.
I do.
They'd love your concentration and focus on flowers, wouldn't they?
So
tell me, do you work with flowers from a medicinal point of view, as opposed to just the therapeutic effect of the beauty of flowers?
Not really medicinal, mostly the therapeutic side. Looking, I do try and consider, scents and, all the different herbs and things like that, but not from a medicinal side, more from a scent and relaxation and that kind of side,
Yeah. And there's lots of interest? You have people
there is a
queuing
lot
up
of
to come to your workshops?
I do.
Yeah?
I've had to put on more dates, which is absolutely fantastic.
Really? Just shows you, eh?
Yeah, so it's brilliant. But, I would really encourage anyone just to give it a go.
Yeah. We usually, we've got a pretty good vegetable garden and things, and we usually grow things from, things that are already plants.
Yep.
But again, during lockdown, we were forced to go right back to seeds. With limited success, I have to say. One of the problems being that, we started them off in little seed raising little podettes, is some of them flowered too soon. Once they're flowered, they're not going to turn into a usable broccoli or anything, are they? So a bit of learning to be had.
Yeah, and the different climates as well. So we're kind of just learning that as well at the moment. What works really well, what's perhaps not going to survive so well in the heat of the Wairarapa sun. But yeah, it's just a learning process.
Well, it's lovely hearing your story, and I'd like to hear a bit more. Yeah. But in the meantime, we'd like to go to Stevie Wonder and hear one of his songs, if
Sounds
you don't
good.
mind. Here's Stevie, everybody, to start the play side of the program.
I'm so glad that I know more than I knew then. Gonna keep on trying till I reach the highest cloud.
So, hey, that...
Hello, everybody. Back again.
Oh, hello, Rob.
Michael.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say that it's a wonderful thing, this Playing for Change, is that a lot of artists across the world during lockdown basically produced all these tracks remotely. The quality of the production is wonderful.
So you can go on YouTube, click it, write in Playing for Change and have a whole selection.
And there's so many of them.
Because we did Stand By Me last week, and that was a brilliant. And the songs, often they're extended versions with lead breaks from...
We did Skin Deep, Buddy Guy.
That's
last week, yeah.
And I think we did Stand By Me as well. Well, maybe that was earlier. That was the other one, the trial run.
Yes.
Anyway, we're into laptops and Play for Change.
Hey, we should tell people a few more things that are happening in the region.
Have you got more on your list?
I've got some more. And maybe I'll give Pip these ones about Conservation Week. You feel like reading something? Those ones. So we're going to talk with Chris Peterson next week about Conservation Week, but there's a couple of events that will happen before then. Over to you, Pip.
There are. 15th, which is Saturday from 9 to 11. There's volunteering at the Community Garden on Oxford Street. So if you feel like coming along and doing a bit of relaxing work, finishing it with a cuppa, so that'll be good. That says every first and third Saturday of the month. So you need to turn up with a gardening tool or just with your hands, and that sounds fun. Sunday 16th, 2 till 4, easy stroll around Fensham Reserve, west of Carterton. You can access it from different sections, so either from Cobden or Upper Belvedere Roads, and meet in the car park. Well signed and a great family activity. Oh, I might be tempted with that one. That sounds good. Lots of native trees, dense bush, and you can see the sea from the mountains. And on Wednesday the 19th, 7:30 at the Copthorne, Peter Glenson talk about citizens' assemblies for climate action, plus the prestigious Al Gore climate reality training he recently completed. Gosh, that sounds interesting. So looking at worries and concerns with the coronavirus pandemic and what we should keep in mind with the climate change and dramatic loss of biodiversity. So that sounds very interesting.
Yeah, and then it continues the next week. So there's lots of stuff there. Hey, just before I see that there's something happening at the Tin Hut soon that you're bound to want to talk about.
Yes.
I'll just say, while we're still on the earlier part of the week, that Thursday, which for some people is today, Steel Magnolias is on at the Fountain Theatre in Dannevirke.
Oh, really? We stretched that far. That's good to know.
Oh, we do.
Yeah.
We stretched it in. It's a long, thin region, this one, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I think it goes on Thursday, Friday, Saturday this week, and Thursday, Friday, Saturday next week, 7:30 till 10. So at the Dannevirke Fountain Theatre.
And what is Steel Magnolias?
I've seen the film, I think. It's some women in a beauty salon, hairdressing place, isn't it? And the issues of the South get discussed.
So it's a play, or it's a film?
It's a play.
The play?
A film was made of it, but I don't think that the Dannevirke Theatre will have the resources to mount their own film.
Yes.
Oh, I'm picking.
So there could be some stars in the making.
Yeah, there could be. Yeah.
Shall I go on to some music events?
Tell us about,
Michael, well, because it's nearly Friday, you need to know that we are having Tin Hut Live on Friday night. I won't say tomorrow. It's on Friday, the August the 14th, 7:30. We've got Ryan, a wonderful local singer-songwriter who used to be in a band called the Dead Zephyrs. Unfortunately, they're in the past. I won't say they're dead because they already were. But anyway, Ryan's going to come and start the show. Then we've got the Rimatuka All-Stars Dixie Swing Band, who are an 8-piece trad jazz band. Wow. Trombone, saxophone, keyboards, banjo, bass, drums, and they're all stars, locals. Stefan Brown's the key guy on banjo and does vocals. Rod Lawrence on bass, Vic Singe on drums, Dave Mills on keyboards, Vaughan Robertson on trombone, and Hartley Towsey on saxophone. So that's going to be a really good show, and it's followed by a band that's still trying.
An obscure but long-lived
band that no one really has heard about. I happen to be the singer in the band. It's called Graphia, and we recently changed our name to Grateful for It All. Graphia is grateful for it all.
Yeah.
It was previously get right away from it all. So that's a bit of blues folk and some originals.
Now, that new title.
More positive, more inclusive, and actually reflecting the spirit in which we play, because we're not trying to get away from it really at all. There's nothing to get away from
except the key.
Oh, no. Well, we'll bring Keith in here one day, and he can play some keyboards for us.
Right.
And then you'll see the other side of Keith.
Yeah. No, I said the key, not Keith.
Oh.
That was what you were previously getting away from.
Oh, the key.
Moving on.
Oh, yes. It was subtle for me. Sorry. So that's music at the Tin Hut tomorrow night. Next week, on Friday, we have Steve Carlin and the Roger Fox Big Band playing at the Carterton Events Centre. And on this Saturday at the Carterton Events Centre, we've got Big Boss, which is the Bruce Springsteen tribute show. Ben Brinskall's put a band together and they travel all over the country doing this show, and it's spectacular. So at Carterton Events Centre, I think it's at 8 o'clock tomorrow night, the 15th, not tomorrow, Saturday night, the 15th. And then later in the month, we have Dave Dobbin coming on a national tour. And we all know who Dave Dobbin is, and he's been around for yonks, even as long as me. Probably longer than you.
Are you claiming to be older than me, Rob?
Yeah.
That's very kind.
Yeah, a couple of years maybe. So that's music. And there's probably lots of other smaller gigs happening, which we don't know about yet. But as we get to know about things,
little place, aren't we?
We'll pass the information on.
Now, I should tell you what's happening in Pahiatua on Saturday. There's a pre-diabetes take action, get educated thing. It says if you or your family member have been diagnosed with pre-diabetes, you'd know about that, Rob.
It's an HbA1c of under 45, but above 40.
Yeah, I was going to say that. So you can come along to learn about it.
And that's the time to get a handle on it.
Right.
When you're pre-diabetic, because if you don't, you will become diabetic for sure.
Yeah.
And then the risk factors get stacked up really quickly.
Good. So if you don't have access to Rob, you can go to this, which is, you can register at their website or phone. Here, get your pencils out, 06 357 5992. But, just Google it, because it's too easy to forget all that stuff. It's at Heartland Services, 11 Mangahao Road, Pahiatua, on Saturday, 9:30 in the morning till 11:30.
And is that a PHO organised event?
It just says Heartland Services, so I don't know.
Could be the Pahiatua Medical Centre.
Right.
Or it could be their PHO up there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they've got educators in the community, as opposed to GPs who haven't got time to really talk to people.
Right.
We'd like to have more time to talk to people.
Hey, bit of football coming up.
Okay, please. Yeah.
Wairarapa United Women versus Wellington United, presumably also women, but I don't know. At Trust House Memorial Park, 11 to 1. I just love the way football is flourishing in our region, and I am over the. We have a school at the end of our garden, and so I can often watch games for where I am, and particularly the young girls' football is just improving in leaps and bounds every day. It's wonderful to see. Yeah. So they are on at 11 o'clock. They've been very successful, Wairarapa United Women. And if you want to see the men, the next day, Sunday, 2 till 4, versus Stop Out.
And where is that?
At the Memorial Park, your Trust House Memorial Park. The same place they play rugby.
On the Astro.
Rugger, as it was known. Yeah,
they've got Astro down there now, haven't they?
Have they? I haven't. The last time I played it looked like grass, but yeah.
That'll be a long time ago.
Yeah. Right.
I think it's been Astro for a while. It's the rugby version of Astro, not the tennis version.
I see.
Yeah. So somehow they have adapted to it. I'm sure the football players adapt to it better than the rugby players.
Now you're keeping your eye on the time, Rob, because you've got patience champing at the bit, haven't you? Oh, 8:30. We've got 8:30. We're doing all right.
We've got time for another song.
Okay.
Do you want another song now?
Yeah, I see you brought your guitar.
I think I'll play a song.
Ooh.
This is by way of being inclusive.
You're working on a theme for the show, aren't you?
This is the theme for the show. This is the song written by an English songwriter, Brendan Crocker, and his band is called the 5 O'Clock Shadow. It was recorded quite a long time ago. Show me a place. Show me a place where I don't have to worry. That's where I belong. Show me a place where I don't have to hurry. That's where I belong. Give me the time so I can change my mind, where it don't matter if I'm wrong. Show me a place where I don't have to worry. That's where I belong. Now you all know the song, don't you?
Show me a place
where I don't have to worry. That's where I belong.
Yeah, that's where I belong.
Show me a place where I don't have to hurry. That's where I belong.
Arrow FM.
Give me the time so I can change my mind, where it don't matter if I'm wrong. Show me a place where I don't have to worry. That's where I belong. That's where I belong. Brendan Crocker.
Fabulous. A place where I don't have to be right, or whatever those lyrics were, is ideal for me.
Yeah, it'd be ideal. It's ideal for all of us.
That's really good.
Yeah, so it's a little ditty. Sometimes we play it in the band. Sometimes our opening song, when we're doing a more folky set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I've got some more news of things coming up. So we have the Martinborough Midwinter Monster Book Fair, which is in Martinborough Town Hall, coming up Friday night, 21st of August, 7 o'clock. Entry fee is $20, and there is a guest speaker there as well. So supper and a sale of books. So that sounds like if it's your kind of thing, that
Shopping,
sounds something to
definitely shopping comes
something
into
to
it.
be at.
Yeah.
And then on Saturday 22nd of August 10 till 4 and Sunday 23rd of August 10 till 3 there is free entry. So there's all kinds of novels, non-fiction, children's, travel, there's puzzles, DVDs, a whole load of different things that you can go and have a root around in.
Oh, brilliant.
Fabulous. Hey, who here has got reasonably good eyesight and can read things in 10 font? Yeah? Okay.
Sure.
Those are a couple of things happening in the Tararua part of the district. I've put a pen around the ones.
Okay. You want me to read those ones? So
Or just...
this is, you've done the Woodville Street Market,
There you go.
16th of August, which is Sunday. That's competing with the Carterton Street Market on the same day.
Unless you live up there.
So there's a contact number, Rosie Carrena, 021 156 6925, and that's at the Vogel Street venue for the Woodville Street Market. Check out the range of crafts on offer at the local monthly street market. So that's not quite as available as the farmers market, which is every week. They're a monthly. They need a few more people up there, don't they? They need those Palmerston people coming into Woodville. Then we've got on the 20th of August, which is Thursday next week, the Tour Ladies American Foursomes Tournament. Ladies
golf?
America. Oh, that's the golf.
That'll be golf.
thanks.
Usually when,
So that'll be at a golf club. It's at the Tour Golf Club.
Oh, well, that's...
There we go.
Thank goodness. There's a $25 fee for that. First tournament since lockdown. Join for an awesome day of golf at the picturesque Paeatua Golf Club, and it is picturesque.
Is it?
Because we drive past it just out of Mangatanoka.
Right.
It's on that bend,
Mm.
and they just chopped all those trees down and opened it up. You could look right out across, well, I'm not sure which fairway it is, but we'll say the 10th and the 11th.
I think it is, yeah.
And then there's that quaint old school clubhouse. Not quite old school, but from about the 50s. Then we've got, this is very interesting for you people who like to play. It's a poetry open mic. So poetry is a form of play, word playing, and then seeing what the response is from the audience. So a poetry open mic night on the 20th of August, also Thursday next week, Woodville and Eketahuna libraries. I don't know how we can be in both places at once, and it doesn't say which library it's at.
I'm picking that's to give you a choice depending on where you live, Rob.
It might be at both places.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
it's an open mic night at the Woodville and Eketahuna libraries. Anyway, Leilani Gundry is the contact person, 063876 0218. And the preamble is join in for an evening of poetry on the open mic. Bring along some poetry to recite, either your own or your favourite poets or both. Light refreshments, BYO permitted, as long as you don't drive home afterwards.
Like turn up and
Yeah.
hit some...
So
Milton or
that's the ones you've put a circle around, Michael. But there is another poetry competition. In fact, there's more poetry here.
Yeah, but I just left out anything that's like a whole week away, and you can do it next week.
Okay, all right. All right. Shall I go to my list? Or have you got something
There's
else?
more.
Yeah.
No, I'm dry now.
Or should we put a song on? Do you feel like having...
If you like.
Do you want to hear Mary Black?
Of course I do.
Okay, Mary Black. She's exceptional. How do I get this thing going? I put
Is it on a CD?
CD1.
Good on you. Look, he's onto it,
Your
mate.
heart is a boat, and just like a water baby, born to float. And if life is a wild wind that blows way on high, and your heart is Amelia, dying to fly. Heaven knows no frontiers, and I've seen heaven in your eyes. And if life is a barroom in which we must wait round the man with his fingers on the ivory gates, where we sing until dawn of our fears and our fates, and we stack all the dead men in self-addressed crates. In your eyes faint as the singing of a lark, that somehow this black night feels warmer for the spark, warmer for the spark, to hold us till the day when fear will lose its grip and heaven has its way. Heaven knows no frontiers, and I've seen heaven in your eyes. If your life is a rough bed of brambles and nails, and your spirit's a slave to man's whips and man's jails, where you thirst and you hunger for justice and right, then your heart is the pure flame of man's constant night. In your eyes faint as the singing of a lark, that somehow this black night feels finds its way, when all will harmonize and know it's in our hearts, the dream will realize. Heaven knows, no frontiers, and I've seen heaven in your eyes. Heaven knows, no frontiers, and I've seen heaven in your eyes.
There we are, we're back, and that was Mary Black, No Frontiers, from an album called Warmer Than the Spark, which was featuring songs written by Jimmy McCarthy, a wonderful Irish songwriter. We're going to hear more of his songs in future programs. Anyway, I'd like to go back to Pip now. We're going to wind the show up. MMP, Move, Mingle and Play, is coming to an end.
I thought I'd come over here because we can't talk until you turn our mics on.
There we go.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I knew there'd have to be some technical thing that I didn't get right, and just not letting these guys speak. That's minor importance. Pip, please tell us a little bit more about how we can get in touch with you and how we can know more about your efforts.
So I have a website, purpledahlia.com. I'm also on all forms of social media, so Instagram, Facebook, if you look for Purple Dahlia Floral Design. And all the information about the workshops and everything that we do is on there. The dream eventually is to be able to have the garden ready for people to come and have a look, come and enjoy workshops in the garden or a bit of therapeutic time, looking around. So we are putting our progress up there. There'll be lots of pictures up so you can kind of follow where we're up to. And that's me, really, yeah. So we'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, and just to get the picture of where you're doing this, it's basically a section in suburban Masterton.
It is, yes.
With a house on it and a back garden and a front garden.
Yep, the back garden we've divided, so I've got a very small little girl, she's 7 months old, so we've managed to keep a small bit of lawn so that eventually she'll be able to play around in that. But then we have divided the garden into different areas. We've created, I say we, my husband, doing a great job, raised beds and lots of different areas for growing. So it is very much intensively grown flowers in a very small area.
So if people want to get an inspiration about what they can do with their own gardens, they could come to you simply for that, just to see what can happen.
Definitely.
And have a bit of advice from your husband, who's obviously a man with many skills.
He is, yes.
And lots of passion.
Yeah, lots of passion about the garden.
We need people like that. Michael, do you have anything else to tell us before we wind the show up?
I got nothing.
Nothing? You got nothing. Sounds like it's going to be a good day. Pip, thanks very much for coming in. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you with us. And Michael, as always, you held it together. And
you think?
Yeah, I think so. Well, I feel held together anyway. And it was very nice you could be here for the first of the Move, Mingle and Play shows.
Look, I'll join you from time to time.
Oh, excellent.
It's a bit of fun.
That's good. That's good. That's very good. So have a great day, folks. We'll be back Thursday morning next week. And if you do have any information for us, please, you can email me at DRROB, that's Dr. Rob Maunsell, MAUNSELL, at gmail.com.
Yeah, and in a while, when we've got your web page going, then all that contact information will be there.
Yeah, sure.
Great.
Yeah. We'll develop the contacting service. So, bye for now.